In this video, I'm going to explain why learning art fundamentals using traditional methods like drawing on paper and painting on canvas can slow your art growth. If you're watching this, you're probably an artist that's looking for a way to learn your art fundamentals fast. You might be interested in learning by using traditional painting mediums like acrylic or oil paints, which is great, but if your one goal is to learn as fast as possible with very limited time, then why choose a method that takes much longer to set up, takes time to mix your paint, takes more space, and requires more art tools among other things? What are those items you'll need in order to set up a traditional painting? Well, to start with your traditional art journey, you'll need an easel to prop up, a set of paint tubes, brushes, canvas, panels, space for these things to set up. But what's really the most limiting of this traditional art method of learning? By far, it is time that will limit you with traditional methods of learning the art fundamentals. If you're limited in free time to make art, if you're limited in space in your living area, if you're looking to improve as quick as possible, then traditional painting is not the route I would have taken, and I'll tell you why. Listen, I learned most of my art fundamentals with traditional painting and drawing. And now that I look back, if I wanted to learn faster, I know I chose the wrong methods. If I would have chosen to learn and draw using an iPad or say on a PC with a tablet, I'd have saved so much time and energy. Let's actually try and compare what it would take to just pull out your iPad, open Procreate, and just study a model posing, or a life drawing you set up, or just do some master copy paintings. It would take 1 to 2 minutes to set that up. That's it, and you're creating. Now compare that time to set up digitally versus prepping a traditional painting setup. If I wanted to study from life traditionally, I'd need to physically have that subject in front of me, or I'd need a good image, an easel of sort, a palette, canvas. I need time to mix my paint, space to set all of this up, and to learn over time the knowledge of color mixing, which involves knowledge of color theory, wasting so much paint due to trial and error, hoping I got that color mix right. Just that setup alone is probably going to take you about 15 minutes, and that's not even including the actual creating part, the painting part. And that's mostly because of the constant paint and mix, paint and mix nature of traditional painting. That's one little study and lesson with traditional painting. What's the value exchange that you got out of that traditional painting study session versus what you can get with a digital study, and how fast that can be? Meaning the time and knowledge you obtain in the shortest amount of time. You could get twice as much knowledge of learning digital in the same amount of time you do traditionally. Twice as much. This isn't an anti-traditional painting video. Here, I love traditional art. That's how I learned. I'm also a traditional artist. I do both traditional and digital. Traditional art is harder because it takes more time, and you actually need to know your color theory and what colors work with in order to color mix. It is a hard skill that isn't a process in digital art at all, but virtually everything else is similar and uses almost the exact same fundamentals, uses almost exactly the same process and techniques. Okay, are we good? I gave traditional artists their flowers. So again, if your goal is to learn your art as fast as possible, then it is my opinion that you take the faster route that will make it more convenient for you, that bypasses a few of the steps to actually concentrate on the fundamentals of art. Paint mixing is an art fundamental pertaining only to traditional paint mediums, meaning if you're painting digitally, paint mixing doesn't matter anyway. But just about everything else you use in digital art is the same as traditional art in terms of learning your art fundamentals. You can choose a total of a 5-minute study session or a 10-minute study session if you must working digitally. That's less than what it would take to set up your traditional painting setup in general, not including the actual painting time. I hope I'm making this clear. Now, if you've watched this far, I know you'll say, Brian, I don't have the money to buy a tablet or an iPad. I have an answer for that too. Hopefully you have a mobile phone. Most mobile phones can run apps like Autodesk Sketchbook or Procreate Mobile that don't cost much at all, which have a lot of the features, the main programs I've been talking about, until hopefully you can purchase something more like an iPad or a PC and a tablet combo. I hope that I made my case that if you're wanting to learn your art fundamentals quickly, learning through digital art methods can save you so much time and energy, and probably keep you more excited to do art more often, which means you'll learn so much faster. The art skills that you obtain through the digital art means can and will transfer, and when you decide to translate them to traditional painting methods, there is very little adjustment. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I sold you on learning your art fundamentals digitally first before you move on to traditional if you choose so, with programs like Procreate, Clip Studio, Paint, and so on. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. My name is Brian, and I'll see you next time.